Abel Muhammad.
All praise is due to Allah. En el nombre de Allah, el benéfico, el misericordioso. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. I want to greet our brothers and our sisters here in Chicago, or wherever you may be watching us in this nation or across the planet, in the greeting words of peace, which we say in the Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum. If we could just give Sister Nanika another round of applause, and all of our sisters who you can tell are still fired up. I wanted to just briefly, as I'm anxious to hear from Student Minister Ishmael Muhammad this morning on part 3 of his subject, Victory Over Death. I wanted to just give you a few things to consider. One thing that I wanted to begin with in particular from the Holy Quran. It tells us in the 49th chapter in the 13th verse, O mankind, surely we have created you from a male and a female and made you tribes and families that you may know each other. Most of the time when we consider families and tribes, we think about it in the way of division. We use it as a way to separate one people, one thing from another. But in this verse that is given to us, God is telling us that He made us into tribes and families, not so that we could be divided, but that we could have knowledge, so that we could know one another. That's a peculiar way to look at things, very contrary to the way that we tend to look at things coming out of the educational system and perspective of the society we live in today. As men, we're made to look at women as different and even inferior to us. As women, you're many times made to look at the man as something that is insufficient for what you and I need. As black people and oppressed and indigenous people, we're made to look at our oppressors as better than us. Our oppressors are made to think that they're better than us based off of artificial things that really don't deal at all with the characteristics of what a real man and a real woman is. We've taken all of these things which are divisive and really based off of lies or a misrepresentation of facts and truth and made them labels and made them brands and used these names and labels and shades and colorings and made them a base by which we separate from one another. So people may have asked you this morning, if you grew up in the Christian church as I did, they may have asked you, why are you going to sit with Muslims? And they sometimes question us, why as Muslims do you all speak about Jesus? That's how much we've been separated and made ignorant of the true knowledge of who we are and the knowledge and facts of the religious systems that we say we believe in but have never studied and examined. I'm saying all of that to say this. We as Muslims believe in Jesus the Christ. It goes deeper than that. The African and indigenous people were looking for and expecting what we call a messianic figure. In Christianity, we called him Christ. The Jews may call him Messiah. The Muslims may call him Mahdi. In Mesoamerica, we called him Quetzalcoatl and Kukulkan. He has different names in different languages, different tribes call him by different things. But the whole world has been looking for one to open the way for us to get out from under oppression. All praise is due to Allah. I come from the Mexican people. I fell in love with Message to the Black Man. But I was looking in that message, was this a message for Mexicans too? Because if it's just a message for black people, the so-called Negroes in America, well, good for you, but my people need salvation as well. Puerto Ricans need salvation as well. And if God promised there would be one to come, He didn't say He'd send a whole bunch. He said there was one coming. We believe here in the Nation of Islam that we have received that one. And He has commissioned us, all praises due to Allah. And the witness of that work is the man that spoke here yesterday, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That black man speaking black theology, speaking what you call black teaching, is raising up Asians and Latinos and indigenous people and even white people who will listen. Everyone has a chance today if they want the truth. All praises due to Allah. I'm saying that because, yes, we believe black people are the choice of God, but the choice of God to do what? You and I are not chosen to stand around and put on new clothes and wear a crown or a vest or something that says, I'm chosen. We're chosen to do a work. Well, what is the work we've been chosen to do? It's the work that God promised would come, the work of salvation to a whole world. Black, brown, red, yellow, all the colors and shades. We need a saving grace out of the condition of death. Are you ready to hear what kind of salvation God is offering to you and I? I'm anxious to hear because we've suffered under death for generations now, and we've been awaiting this one to come. And what I want to hear from Student Minister Ishmael Muhammad is not that one is to come, but we're here to tell you who that one is and where you can find him. Are you ready for that kind of teaching? I am too. Will it take us further into the program? Please welcome back to the rostrum Student Minister Jason Kareem. Assalamu alaikum.